Did medieval lords have the right to the first night, or is that something that was made up a lot later? Medieval society absolutely went nuts for writing things down, whether it was about money, authority, or legal rights. Manorial courts recorded rents, labour owed, marriages, and disputes. If a lord had a recognised right to sleep with a tenant's bride, we would expect it to appear somewhere here. We would expect to see it regulated, mentioned, charged for and argued over, but we don't. And we do see payments for marriages. When a peasant daughter married, her family would have to pay a sum to the lord. The fee appears regularly in these court documents and is often called a merchet. And the reason is pretty straightforward. A marriage changes where the woman lives and works. If she married outside of the manor, the lord has lost a labourer and any children that she might have who would also work the land for him. The payment compensated that loss. And the medieval records describe this as an economic issue, that it's about labourers, it's about households and tenancies lost. They do not describe it as a sexual excess. And that confusion comes later. Early modern writers start to look back at the facts and confuse them. They either misunderstood or deliberately misinterpreted these payments. Some seem to assume that this payment is to avoid a sexual claim. Others repeated this story because it fits into their picture of feudalism being brutal and damaging. And by the 18th century, the idea of the right to the first night had become a very powerful symbol, and it didn't need any medieval evidence anymore. It had become so powerful and so ingrained in the idea of feudalism that it was impossible to scrub out. Now, this doesn't mean that medieval life was safe or fair. Sexual violence happened and power imbalances were very real. The difference is the abuse can exist without it being written into law. So there's no medieval law, code, or charter granting the right for lords for the first night. What exists instead is a paper trail showing how women were bought, sold, and moved around through marriage.